Yeah, it is something that helped them win. So let me go ahead and go over this. CLG, Shyvana top, Lulu mid, and I can't change my window. There we go. Lulu mid, Vi jungle, Leona and Sivir bot. Cloud9, Renekton top. So Renekton was going up against Shyvana. Orianna mid going up against Lulu. Elise jungle. And of course Draven and Thresh bot.
Yep.
So CLG definitely having the better team comp in my opinion. But we are into this lobby for this Aram. We have a Kassadin.
Yes, I'm liking this Caston. And you know what's my favorite thing about this lobby?
No
No
Leona.
Leona. No Leona. Finally, we're getting some versatility up in these lobbies. Gonna see a Gangplank. I'm loving the Shen. Karthus is just stupidly powerful on Aram. Katarina again for the third game in a row. This time not played by not having a good time. It's not a good time. Colonel Wong picking up the Yi though in that luck of the draw, and then we're going to see Ezreal and Varus lastly there.
Yeah, going to be the last ones on there. And Tanya dying on Varus ends up taking heal with clarity.
That's because she's level 1.
Was not aware of that, but looking at these team comps, the main disadvantage that I see for purple team is that they don't have a tank.
Colonel Wong can tank. I haven't tried tank Yi since his rework, but I do know pre-rework it was a solid thing.
Pre-rework, it was a solid thing, but I highly doubt that he's going to. I think what he's going to do is just basically go that full damage Yi, or what he could do instead of tanky and absorbing damage from health, armor, and magic resist, what he could do is go full-on ability power Yi, so his meditate will do massive amounts of healing.
Yeah, I feel like ability power Yi was literally just killed off after the rework though. Like they just took they took AP Yi out to the back, you know, behind the shed with the chopping block, and just sort of sat down and said, "Look, you're getting old now. You're on your last stretch. You know, I'm sorry we have to do this," and then made old Yella out of her.
Yeah, that's what really happened. I mean, APE is dead for the count, but if you build APE now, you heal for so much health.
Yeah, but like the problem with his meditate is like he has to meditate, and that means he can't do anything. And so the moment you see him meditate, if you're a smart player, you just get to jump right off him because you know he's building AP, and he's not going to do too much damage in, you know, the relativity of things.
But he's meant to tank. Everybody goes in on APE, but he's just healing all the damage back. He can tank a turret long enough for his team to take it down.
Yeah, I guess I can see that working, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes after this game, after we get in.
I really hope it's not actually done, but not having that tank on the purple team is really going to hurt them. I mean, you have Shen, who's going to be able to build fairly tanky. Sparked on Caitlyn, very strong champion on Aram with the range. Twin shaking on Kassadin. His gameplay this entire night has been shaky, but Kassadin can be fairly strong if using that assassin way on Arams. It can hurt. Karthus, Suicide Karthus, like one of the #1 builds on Aram for Karthus. And of course, Goat Rat going to be playing Crit Plank. More than likely going to be playing Crit Plank.
Yeah, Crit Plank's just strong because there's Parlay. Even AP Gangplank. I love AP Gangplank because those oranges heal for so much so early. It's stupid how much they heal for.
That should be banned for sure.
I'm surprised no one actually plays it a lot more in mid lane because it is so strong.
What it is that, yeah, it's strong as far as sustain. The ultimate hurts quite a bit as well, but you don't have that sustained damage,
yes,
let alone the burst damage that you need in a mid lane.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
I can see that, but like I feel like that's the appeal of it, is like you're just meant to out-sustain the damage of that burst. You know, because his oranges heal for so much, he doesn't need to stress about that burst damage because he can just burst himself back into the game with the heals.
He can do that, but I mean, as far as overall team comps, though, when you're looking for that team fights, you're looking for that mid lane assassin. You're looking for that mid lane burst, and Gangplank just doesn't have it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but anyway, we're getting to the game. Pulsefire Ez and Slaybell Katarina. How do you feel about those two?
Pulsefire Ezreal is a lot of money for a Mega Man interpretation, but still totally worth it. And Slaybell Katarina, who doesn't want to kiss Katarina under the mistletoe?
That is true. I will give you that one.
I just want to point this out. In all 3 games, we have seen 3 different Katarina skins.
We have actually, yes. We're seeing Caitlyn again. We've seen 2 different skins for that one. I think that's all. Oh, and Yi. And we've only seen Yi once before, and that was a complete stomp.
Yeah,
to say the least.
To say the least, it was a complete stomp. And I'm just looking at some of these splash arts here. Do you know how Katarina got her scar on the eye?
Oh, I've read the story of it, and I can't think of it. Like, it's sitting in the back of my mind. I'm like, I know you're there, and I'm just trying to think, who was it? Nah, it's not gonna come.
Yeah, I'm throwing. I think what it had to do was when she was given her assassin assignment, but then she didn't do her assassin assignment, and a bunch of Noxians died because of it. Then she went ham on her assignment people and took a little bit of damage, and that scar showed up on there. I think.
No. From memory, she was. I think it's Talon's story. I think it's either Talon's story or one of the other assassin-based champions. She was in charge of leading a group of Noxians on an ambush, and then they got counter-ambushed, and all these Noxians die, and the scar is what she got out of that ambush.
That's right. It's one of those. It's really hard to keep track of all this lore.
I wish they'd give us more lore, though.
I do wish they'd give us more lore. Bring back the Journal of Justice. Did
you hear Katay did a AMA the other day?
I did not hear that.
On North America, she did. She announced an AMA for a different champion, and people hounded her in the thread. So she just turned around and answered a bunch of questions, and even gave like an explanation of, we're hopefully doing a few more things soon. And it's like, yeah, but how long have you been in your position? I was just like, I don't feel like she answered a lot of questions. Like, there's still a lot that's unanswered.
Yeah, I think eventually what they need to do is somehow connect everyone's lore together.
Well, my problem is, and it was something that was brought up in the thread, is they're doing all these really great events, like the Freljord event, where, like the Queen of Freljord becomes Ashe, Lissandra, or Sejuani, and how there's like no real end to it, because like if you end it in one way, then you have to remove ex-champions from the league permanently because, they got defeated and they lost out. And yeah, there was a bunch of points brought up that was like really good. I'll link it to you after, but it was basically summing up that, where the lore is right now is it's trying to cater to the people who don't care for the lore, and it's like, why cater for people who aren't interested in it? There's a whole bunch of us who are like, drip feed us lore for days. Give it to us through an IV tube if you have to.
Absolutely.
We want lore, and they're like, no, we're just going to cater to everyone. It's like, they don't want it though. Give it to the people who want it.
Yeah, and I mean, in the sense that it works out like that as well. And as you said, once you expand some of the lore, answer some of the questions, some of the champions, like, it just doesn't work out. Like the Queen of Freljord, right? If Ashe were to become Queen of Freljord, then that means the other Lissandra as well as Sejuani fall out of that picture. However, you can always turn it into they're still fighting to take it back.
Yeah, but then there's like Kha'Zix and Rengar. Mm-hmm. What happens if Kha'Zix ends up killing Rengar, or vice versa? That's an entire champion gone, and that was just some of the points brought up.
Yeah, but remember, Kha'Zix and Rengar only fight within the league itself, and because you're fighting in the league in these special areas, you don't completely die.
Well, that was the point they brought up. Is like there's all these incomplete things. But anyway, we're seeing an engage on blue and purple team in the mid lane. Gangplank picking up first blood on the Katarina, not quite doing enough. Second kill picking up for Gangplank onto the Varus.
Yeah, Varus was kind of just standing there auto-attacking. Not the best part on him. First blood did almost go over to purple team. The taunt made Shen go in very, very deep. So Gorschy taking a big risk in doing that, and his start build actually going double Doran shield, boots, and pots. My personal favorite build for tanks, because you are going up against AD and AP, Giant Spell, double rejuve bead. You can build into Sunfire Cape and then into Orbital Winter, but there's the taunt that lands on the Colonel Wong. He's being forced to flash out. Gorschy ends up still surviving, just barely though. There's the Karthus with the Defile. Captain Brown ends up picking himself up a double kill, and Shumpo's out to safety.
Yeah, she had to flash out of that one as well, so it was a flash, then Shunpo out to safety for that one. But she got out alive quite successfully for that. Piltover Peacemaker comboed with a flash, picking up the Ezreal kill though.
Very, very well done. Strong gameplay on that, and Aram ends up using the chain, lands onto Rat. The distortion back and forth, pops the barrier in order to survive. It's going to be the 90 caliber net to try and close the gap, but does get away just in time.
Yeah, unfortunately that Piltover Peacemaker still wasn't quite up yet, so she wasn't able to follow it through and combo similarly to what she just did with the flash Piltover Peacemaker combo.
Yeah, but the OCT Spark ends up picking himself up another kill, and there's Brown trying to engage, ends up going down to Rat. The chains ends up landing on the Spark now, and he 90 caliber nets away and actually picks up a kill on to Alarand. And they're just pushing this down. This is looking very strong for blue team. Alpha Strike is being used. Colonel Wong, though, taking a little bit of harassment. And Gorschy using the Vorpal Blade, sustains up, but takes a turret hit. No problem.
Yeah, that's what I like about Vorpal Blade. Is like, as a Shen, that is your best friend for sustaining in lane. Just drop a Vorpal Blade down onto like a cannon minion, deal extra damage, and heal up at the same time.
Absolutely, and of course, anyone who attacks something with Vorpal Blade does get health as well. Dying Tanya, not doing too well this game.
Yeah, having a bit of trouble. I'm not sure what's going on there. Could be a bit of lag. She was level 1, so maybe she's still very new to the game and it isn't in fact a Smurf and was just looking for some...
Was talking play. There's the gameplay ultimate, the taunt landing onto 2 people. Gorschy picking up a kill for himself. That's going to be a double kill on the Alarand though, but there's the Requiem going to pick off one person. With the other 2 so incredibly low. There's the True Shot Barrage, does miss the flash, as well as the parlay being used. Auto attacks for days. Go end up picking up a kill for himself, and there's the Stand United trying to go in on Colonel Wong, and Gorschy's gonna steal that. Scumbag Gorschy.
Scumbag Shen indeed. Not gonna be able to get out of this one alive though. Execute, no.
Ends up turning the kill over to Ezreal.
Yes, it was very close. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way he was hoping, I believe.
Blue team now up ahead in 6 kills, but Katarina is going to be able to get to that snowball stage. As we're getting silenced, the barrier is popped, not able to do anything too much. Ends up getting the wow, LeBlanc picking up a shutdown. That's going to be Twin Shaky taking down Captain Brown. There's the rift walk on the Alarand. Alarand trying to get away now, ends up turning it around onto Twin Shaky.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just doing a double check. Give me 2 seconds. I believe stream is having a bit of trouble. Nope, seems fun on my end, so don't worry about that.
Not sure what's going on with stream. If you can inform me, I'll try and fix it if there is anything wrong.
Fine on my end, there's no delay, there's nothing, it's quite solid.
Yeah, quite solid indeed. Solid like the ultimate coming out from Captain Brown, who ends up picking himself up a double, and Alarand taking down the Shed. Had to wait for that one to pop up.
Yeah, definitely. That was what Purple Team needed. They needed the solid trade back for them. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they're still a little far behind in terms of it. Tanya dying, just walking in, getting a bit of free harass. I'm surprised they didn't turn on her. Actually picking up a team 2 kills for that one.
Yeah, and definitely paid off. This is starting to become a very scary Katarina, similar to what we saw last game. 5 and 4. Those 5 kills are going to do quite a bit. Looking to build that Zonia's very early on. Colonel Wong is in the bush. There's the Defile being used. The engage, the taunt landing onto 2 people, and the Gangplank ultimate draining down the canyons. The distortion being used from Aram, but Spark is taking down Colonel Wong. It's going to be a double kill onto Captain Brown as well.
Yes. In fact, we're going to see Gorschy pick up the shutdown on, I believe it was Al-Ariand on the LeBlanc, and they're actually going to take first turret of the game.
Very early on, 7 minutes into the game. For those who don't know, you must play a minimum of 7 minutes in an Aram in order to get IP as well as experience in normal queue. Colonel Wong now trying to engage on the Twin Shaky, being forced to flash out the taunt away from everybody. They want nothing to do with that Katarina right now.
Yeah, definitely. That Katarina's getting way ahead. She's 5, 5, and 5, ulting into the middle of it, but Karthus is just going to defile on top of her and pick it up, and Kassadin's just going to pick up the second kill on the Yi. Yeah. Shen picking up the third kill on LeBlanc.
Yeah, and now we just have Ezreal as well as Varus. Varus, who is doing a very good job of defending the base. True Shot Barrage go out. The giant banana across the screen, and Gorschy is just hanging out on the side, just out of turret range. Ends up taking a Mystic Shot to the face, but here comes Tanya, as well as Captain Brown and Colonel Wong to the rescue.
Yes. Hopefully they can fend off this one, but those crit strikes from Goat Rat are starting to hurt.
Yeah, Parlay is doing quite a bit of damage, and now Static Shiv only crits when the ability or the auto attack used is crit. So because Crit Plank crits so often, so will Static Shiv.
Yes. And interesting fact, 4.2, they made it so that the actual attack that crit strikes for Static Shiv has to be procced on an actual crit. So what used to happen is you could fire off a basic attack, and if you had
there's the ultimate from Captain Brown. He's getting taken down, the Defile right in the middle of everyone, able to help clean that up, and this is going to be another turret down.
Yeah, this will be the second turret. But what used to happen is you could fire off an auto attack and have up a full 100 stacks of Static Shiv, and it would calculate the chance of crit for the auto attack, and then it would actually calculate the crit for Static Shiv. So what was happening is you weren't getting crit strikes on your auto attack, but Static Shiv was crit striking itself. And so they've now made it that for Static Shiv to crit, the auto attack that activates Static Shiv has to crit as well.
So I think it was a necessary change that they needed. We've been seeing some good engages. Stand United is down because it was used, but the person that it was used on, which was Spark, did not last long enough. Captain Brown doing work for his team. Shumpo's away to safety. Zonia's completed. 9 kills. LeBlanc with 8 kills. They might be able to turn this around, but Shen is starting to get tankier.
Yeah, Shen's really starting to get tank up. He's getting that health. He's getting those resistances. Rift walking out of that one. Sorry, not out of that one. Into it. We're going to see the distortion from LeBlanc out of that. Colonel Wong actually managing to pick up a kill on Kassadin, but Gangplank answered with a kill on Yi.
Yeah, and now they're looking to go in onto Tanya. Tanya charging up the piercing arrow. You need to fire it. Captain Brown not surviving very long, but it's a 3v2. Gorschy trying to do what he can now, going up against Tanya. Now it's a 2v2. They can easily turn this fight around.
Yeah, well, Shen's got his tank, and both purple team members are low on health. So there's not much they can do to answer it. The chain's going out. Gorshy's going to manage to be stunned. Hopefully that picks up another bit of time for them to get away. The cabinet chunking Nig for some stage.
Yeah, now they're just trying to bait out this fight. There's distortion, but it doesn't turn well in their favor. True Shot Barrage is used. There's the taunt. Ends up taking down Ezreal. No problem. Gorschy being forced to use the barrier in order trying to survive. Alpha Strike isn't quite up yet, but there's a Shumpo, as well as the Sinister Steel. Ends up using the ultimate with that dot. Ends up popping the shield, but survives just a little bit longer to give the kill over to Colonel Wong. Now we have Captain Brown, as well as the rest of the team, going in onto the Karthus, who does not survive very long.
Yeah, that's right. So I really feel like this has been a one-sided match. We're at 11 minutes in, and we're nearly at a turret at inhib being taken down by blue team. So not much is left in this one. I don't think it's going to extend much further past 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's so early into this Aram, and blue team is just completely dominating. But there's the ultimate being used by Captain Brown. Twin Shaky, full to none. After that alpha strike from Colonel Wong, they might be able to turn this, but you have Tanya be extremely very low, really not doing too much. Is really coming down to the hands of Captain, but there's the Requiem being used. The shutdown onto LeBlanc is there, but that's going to be a kill, as well as the ace in the hole, but the ultimate, that's going to be a double kill over to Darren at C96. The shutdown going for Gangplank, no problem. There's the taunt to try and close the gap. The arcane shift from Ezreal to get away, and I wouldn't chase this. Let's just go ahead and get inhib, and that's the safest thing to do. That's
all they need to do. Push this inhib, finish the game. It'll be easier for them that way. Not the 90 Calbanet, the Piltover Peacemaker pulling out for that one.
Absolutely. Chains onto Spark, but there is the Stand United. He's going to try and turn this fight. There's the taunt. It ends up landing onto Alaran, but taking down Spark, no problem. And he's just trying to get away now. The Mystic Shot lands on him. Colonel Wong trying to chase him down. And there's everything being used. The Wall of Pain is there, but there's the Riftwalk into the fight. He flashes away. Karthus is there laying down the Defile. The ultimate coming out from Captain Brown is being used. Ends up trying to pick up the kills. There's all the resets being used, and Darren is the last one standing. Is he going to be able to hold out?
I hope so. Hopefully he can hold out, but those super minions are just going to keep pushing. Colonel Wong's going to go Alpha Strike in, burst some damage, and the Defile's going to land out. Highlander's going to be propped, and he's just going to Alpha Strike away.
Absolutely. So we are seeing blue team doing fairly well for themselves now. They're getting some good damage on this turret. Sparked is here. Ace in the hole is being used. They're able to tank that, no problem. Captain Brown ends up going in and bursts him down to nothing with the help of Alaran, who actually steals the kill away.
Purple team actually managing to make a bit of a comeback here, taking their first turret for the game as well.
Absolutely, but everyone's trying to engage now. The chains are on the Gorschy, who ends up taunting Tanya. Tanya in a lot of trouble, ends up going down to Goat Rat, but he's not really worth anything. 0-10 and 9, so there's that.
Yeah, had a bit of trouble this game. I'm not sure if it's lag or, as I said before, they were level 1, so it could go either way.
Absolutely. There's the ultimate being used by Gangplank in order to try and slow people. The clone ends up going down. The chain's being used, but that's going to be the Vorpal Blade securing that kill. They could easily tower that as Gorschy all by himself, but here comes this team. No problem. There's the Parlay being used, but not quite able to land a Colonel Wong, who uses Meditate, and then Twin Shaky taking down Captain Brown with the Silence, able to mitigate all that damage to the rest of his team, and Darien secures himself a kill. Tanya's looking to go in hard, but taking quite a bit of damage himself. Down he goes to Darien.
Darien picking up the second kill there. So that's going to help him out, but I think this is going to be the end of the game. I'm going to see Gorschy just try to race in there. The crits, though, those crits, picking up Ezreal with the last kill.
Absolutely, the distortion was used, but there are the Skittles being used by Darien. The chain did land, but not snaring him. Second Nexus turret did go down. Ace in the hole is used, and that's a Shumpo for a dodge, trying to engage, but ends up getting locked down. Zonia is being used to pop. The file is right there. There's the Alpha Strike in order to dodge, but Colonel Wong will go down, no problem. Spark ends up going down as well to the turret, and Tanya trying to do what he can. Orb Walk from Goat Rat. That's going to be GG on this Aram. 15 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yep, I called it. Wasn't going to go any further than 20 minutes. That was well played at the end towards, though, by Darien and Goat Rat, though. Just sitting in the back lines, making sure they were doing what they could to clear out Purple Team, and then just walk in and finish it up.
Absolutely, and that was a